What's up, everybody? It's Friday night. You're very welcome along to the late night agenda. The Reds are back in action. Their final away league game of the season against Rafa Benitez Newcastle tomorrow night, 7:45 p.m. kickoff. Just a reminder, we'll be doing our watch along from 7:15, so I hope you can join us for that one. I'll say my hellos, but you can see I've got earphones on. When I've got earphones on, that means that I've got somebody on the line, and it's only Mr. Connor. People want to know why we're late. Well, the diva has decided that he'd like to come on and chat with the great unwashed. So, Connor, how are you?
Sure, I always say I'm not too bad, but I'll say I'm great today for just a bit of a change.
He's great. Nice. That's good. Right, let's see if we got in the chat anyway. Roberto's in, Mossy's in, Adrian Hall's in, Kyle Martin's in, Sean W, Died76, Robert O'Reilly, Wool Wizard, Brian Morrissey, Killer for Hire, Scotty, Boya is in, how are you, mate? Tom is in, Tom P is in. Have we got everybody? Nope, more people. Kyle Atkins, Howard Moon, Vigo is in, Stephen Richards is in, Tom Jones, Jaden O'Connor, Brad Underachiever, Brad Walker, Adam Parks, Michael Fleming, Ethan Collins, Subi, how are you, mate? I think that's everybody, but Connor, it's getting tougher, mate. As this goes by, the more people that come on to watch streams, the tougher it is to say the hellos.
Yeah, so only be there the whole stream. We'll just be reading out people's names, won't it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to come up with a shortcut version of this one. There's got to come a point where I just can't do it anymore, because I actually had one comment from somebody one day saying, will you ever shut the fuck up? Like, that was 2 or 3 minutes of me just reading out names. Just shut up.
It's nice to give people shout outs, though.
It is, yeah. As I said, people take the time to come in, and I do like to acknowledge that they're here. We'll save the title, the story behind the title of the stream, for a while. The reason we're late is I was actually telling Connor about the story because Connor didn't know. So yeah, Connor, we'll get to the reason why Peter Crouch almost killed their cow in a little while. What else we got? Right, let's say I've got lots of things to get through, but as always, this is your show, guys. So let me see if we have any questions or anyone wants to say hello. Boya, how are you, mate? And you know you're under fierce pressure, mate. Myself, Connor, and everybody in this chat has eyes on you for Monday night, buddy. Let me know how you're feeling. Connor, do you hold out any hope for Leicester getting a result or getting a point even?
It's possible. Why not? Like, they're in good form. Vardy's on fire, so you never know. I wouldn't expect him to get something, but like, there's always hope. You have to hope. If you don't hope, then there's no point even following football. Like,
did you see Guardiola's been on a charm offensive over the last day or two, kind of saying how great Liverpool are and how great the title race has been? It's easy to be smug when you're top of the league, isn't it?
yeah, I suppose it's a safety net. Have to do bottle as well. It'll be like, oh well, Liverpool are a good team, putting the pressure on us.
Yeah, I actually read some of the comments beforehand, and I sent you from the stream that we did with Expressions an Arsenal fan saying at least we have a chance of winning something this season. Fuck off, dickhead. You've got a chance of... they have a chance of winning the right to qualify for the competition that we're already qualified for next season. So, yay! Congratulations on that one. Look, to be fair, we've been in that scenario, and I'm only taking the piss there. If you get to a final of any competition, it is good crack and you do want to win it. And like, we had some great times, Connor, in that Europa League run. Borussia Dortmund obviously knocking United out. We forget about the final, but there was some good times. So look, we can't really belittle the Europa League too much, but we'll give it a go.
No, but like, it's still nothing to, like, we look at what Arsenal are as a football club compared to us, and you hear them bantering this, it just makes no sense.
Hi Craig, Connor and guys at Bernadette Farrell. We'll get to what happened, Kyle. Don't worry, mate. I'm saving it for a little bit later. If you want to hear the full story, by the way, I do suggest listening to the Peter Crouch podcast. I mean, who wouldn't want to listen to Crouchy talking about his football days? The man's an absolute legend. Vigo said the show has gone viral, which, you know, Connor will take that. We're slowly getting there, bit by bit, subscriber by subscriber, but it's been one hell of a year, mate, hasn't it?
Oh, it's ridiculous. Like, if you'd said we have nearly 13,000 after this long, it's just ridiculous. Like, what we said we wanted 5, wasn't it? Now we're nearly 13.
I'll never forget when we started. I've said this story a few times, but I'll never forget you saying to me, now remember, this isn't Twitter. You're not going to get all these followers or subscribers like on Twitter. It's not that easy. And my arrogance just went, fuck off, Connor, will you? Just be stupid. And I tell you what, mate, I genuinely do appreciate everyone. And you know how much I watch the numbers.
Oh, you're always looking at it. He's always sending me screenshots of fucking Social Blade, like.
Always. Every single time. If we lose 3 subscribers, I'm telling them we're packing it in. If we gain 5, I'm telling them that we're the biggest thing since sliced bread. And I'm not even joking. James Park said, nice headphones, buddy. Thank you. They're actually a really good, expensive Sony set that I bought in America last year. I had a pair of Beats, and then I was going to buy another pair, but your man said to me, hey, try these ones out. And you know what? Sony makes some kick-ass headphones. And Connor, you treated yourself to some Sony headphones recently enough as well.
Yeah, it's all that YouTube money, isn't it? Millionaires now, like.
Well, to be fair to me, this was last October. We weren't monetized yet, so no, it wasn't YouTube money at
No,
that point.
that was a joke, by the
Uh,
way. Let's see.
oh no, we're fucking loaded. Don't let him lie to you. Connor's only after taking delivery of his new Bentley today. What colour did you get this month?
Red one this month. Just
Nice.
for a laugh.
You gonna get the club logo on it?
I'll see. I might get down the next one.
Anthony said, Craig, it's a lovely top. It's the Toronto FC shirt, mate. Again, in America last year, was lucky enough to be able to get some. Have you seen the leaked away kit? Said Liverpool fan 9. I haven't. Connor, have you?
No, I'll go straight on to full headlines.
Unless, of course, we're talking about the yellow one with the pinstripe, in which case, to my knowledge anyway, it's not a leaked kit, it's just one somebody put together. But it is class. It is lovely. I checked footy headlines myself yesterday, just in case, because,
I don't see anything here.
Stephen Richards said, I hope Connor's liver is ready for next week.
Oh, I'm getting it prepared now. It's going to be fun.
Actually, on that, we might have had a breakthrough today, ladies and gentlemen. For anyone that is planning to meet up with us when we're over in Liverpool next week, we think we might have a venue sorted out. Now, I've been emailing back and forth, and I spoke to the manager today. I'm just looking to confirm it, but it's going to be a great spot. If we can get it sorted out, it'll be a brilliant spot. Give me a day or two and I'll give you guys some confirmation on it, but we do look like we're finally getting somewhere with it. Thomas Gaming said 6 days till the new kit. I'm so excited. So am I. I was only saying it to my son and my wife earlier on. I actually even messaged you, Connor, saying, I can't remember, did you pre-order the new kit?
No, I didn't actually intend.
You're just going to try. You probably buy it when we're over there, to be fair.
Yeah, it's out before that, yeah. Or it has to be if there's like, yeah. Yeah, I might.
Yeah, it's worldwide release day is the 9th, which is the Thursday. So, yeah.
That's what we're wearing it for the last game, aren't we?
Yeah.
Nice one.
I'll be wearing mine over there like a chav, like a proper chav. Proper fanboy me over there in the shirt, belly hanging out, and not one fuck given.
That's what you want.
Brian Morrissey said Leicester are capable of getting a point. I reckon they'll score 2, so it's up to City to score 3 or more. Oh God, do you know what? Don't let me get any belief. Don't let me believe. Jesus, it's been tough. What else have we got? Do you think we can make a comeback at Anfield against Barcelona? Said just another random guy. Now, I've given my opinion on this, so Connor, let me come over to you, buddy. What's your thoughts on the game on Tuesday? Can we do it?
Don't see why not. Like, I wouldn't expect us to do it, but if anyone was going to do it, it would be us. Like, we just don't do anything simple, do we? Like, you look at Istanbul, I know everyone says don't bring it up, but like, that's 3 goals in a half a game. Why can't we do it at home in a full game?
It's not completely against the realms of possibility. My fear is that we win a 4-1 and go out in away goals, because that would be a sickener.
Oh, that would be sickening.
It really would. We can do it. I'm not saying we're going to do it, but as Connor said, if any team is capable of doing this, it is Liverpool. Keeping Barcelona shut out for an entire 90 minutes is going to be difficult. But you know what? We can definitely take inspiration, Connor, from Roma last season. I remember we were actually in Anfield at the time for the watch along of the Manchester City second leg. And news was filtering through to us that Roma were 3-0 up at home to Barcelona. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was mental. Like, no one expected that at all. Fucking 3-0 against Barca, like, out of nowhere. Why can't
we all thought that was a gimme. We thought that was an absolute gimme for Barcelona, and none of us were even paying attention throughout the 90 minutes to the score until someone next to us said, you know, that Barca are going out here. Roma are 3-0 up. I looked at my phone. I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, it's possible.
Will that kind of work against us, though, do you think? To be prepared this time so it doesn't happen again?
Can you stop these type of things from happening? Honestly, I don't know.
If they went into that game thinking, oh, we're through already, then that's why it might have happened. It mightn't happen this time, like.
That's true, but with respect to Roma, I would say we're a better side as well.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
It's been a great year for you guys and for Liverpool, said Mickey Friars. Mickey, I feel like it's been a while, mate. Am I wrong? Have you been in a while? Maybe I've just missed you. I was only thinking about you the other day, saying I hadn't seen you in a while. Toronto, not Liverpool. Yes, just mix it up, mate. I don't just wear Liverpool shirts. I actually have about 20 shirts I can't wear on this stream because people lose their minds. I have 3 or 4 Juventus shirts and a few other ones that I just can't get away with wearing, to be fair.
All them shirts when you were a United fan last year, remember?
Oh yeah, my Chelsea shirt with Hazard on the back of it, and yeah, I'll be Manchester City one ready for next season.
Oh, your Hazard pajamas as well. Make sure you don't break them out.
Have you seen the state of the new Chelsea home shirt, everyone? Have you seen it? It's
I'm
Oh
really on the
God.
side of it. It's a great idea. It looks a bit messy. It's a bit too much going on. It's
To
not
me, it
awful, but it's
just
not that nice. It's alright, like.
it looks like, I think somebody pointed this out as well. It looks like a chair on a train or a public bus or something like that type of material. And it's one of the reasons actually I thought what Nike making Liverpool kits.
Likes to do mad stuff like that.
Yeah, is that or just the same as every other kit? I don't know. Just put a fucking Livy Bird on it and it'll sell, to be fair. Oh, see, I'm not a fan of the new AXA, the AXA logo and the new training kit. Now, I know some people don't give a shit about this because it's just a training kit, Connor, but to me, it just looks wrong. Someone suggested maybe putting it on the sleeve, which would have made more sense.
Yeah, it looks way too big, doesn't it? It just doesn't fit there.
It's
Like
not so
the stuff
bad
is
on
really
the
nice other than
training.
that.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely gear. It's not so bad on the training jersey because it's just where a normal logo will be. But when you've got like a zip hoodie or something like that and it's off to one side and you've got like two logos on one side and one on the other, it just doesn't look right to me.
Nah, it's horrible looking.
But
What
as I said,
about that?
yeah, the training gear is gorgeous. I mean, some of the training gear is really, really nice. Connor Crosby making it rain in DID Electrical. What the fuck is that about? What's that about? Brian Morrissey posted that in.
The YouTube money buying the headphones, remember?
Oh yes. Sorry, yeah. He gave your man 500 quid and told him to keep the change. The headphones are only like 100 quid or something. That's how Connor flexes.
Yeah, we went around with all the $4 we make off the videos.
That's it. All them $4. Stevie Richards said, Craig, there's a new special edition New Balance shoe out with a tribute to Paisley. I have seen them.
Oh,
Not
so
my
nice.
cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. I don't like them. There's too much white on the sole. They're too high. Other than that, they're a nice shoe and I think it'll sell really well. But did you say there, Connor, you like them?
Yeah, I think they're class. Wouldn't buy them, but
Yeah.
they do look class.
I still have my white ones for the purple kit for this season. I haven't worn them yet. They're still sitting on top of the wardrobe. But New Balance, it's one of the reasons why I like New Balance. We've got these little extra bits, Connor, that we haven't had from any other kit suppliers. You know, the runners and stuff like that.
Yeah, and even like that touch, remember to have Paisley's signature on the new shirt this year.
Yeah, which is a beautiful
Just a
touch.
touch
It would
of
have been
class, like.
it would have been 100 years old this year. Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful touch.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love that kind of stuff.
Dara said, how am I feeling today? I'm flying today, Dara. I'm in really good form, mate. Great to have Connor on the chat as well. It's always good to have Connor in. Let me see. Just another random guy said, if they score an away goal, will most likely be finished, which, it is fair. I think to have to score 5 then is just taking the piss. Jurgen Klopp has confirmed today that Naby Keita will miss around 2 months, ladies and gents, with a high-grade abductor injury. The news means that Naby Keita will, of course, miss the rest of the league campaign and the Champions League campaign for the Reds, but he may be in doubt now for the African Cup of Nations, Connor, which, being a proud Ghanaian, is that how you say it? I'm not sure if
I think so.
I'm sure he'll have wanted to play in that competition. So you got to feel for the guy. It hasn't been his year injury wise.
No, it's really annoying as well because he was really just coming into form now as well. And now he's suddenly injured and, like I said, missing that. Like, I can't imagine Guinea have too strong a team without him, so they'll be good as well.
Having you on it, it's just like having expressions on again. It's great. The liveliness.
We're both so flamboyant and energetic, like.
That's it, yeah. It's just the exact same. There was one comment he made last night that I listened back and it was something about they were holding a line as high as Mane's hairline or something like that.
Yeah, they were pushing Barca back as far as Mane's hairline.
He's absolute quality, isn't he?
What was the other thing? It was like talking about Spurs when they have Dyer in the middle. It's like they've nothing in the middle like a donut or something he said. Or bagel, isn't it?
Yeah, he was calling Heung-min Son Sonaldinho.
Or Sonaldo.
Oh, Sonaldo, that's it. Yes, that makes more sense. Sonaldo, yeah, that was definitely it.
Oh, he's a class act. Love him.
He is, he's great. There's bromances going on everywhere, I'm not going to lie. Anfield Legend are absolutely team expressions. He's a great lad. And do you know what? It's not put on. That is him. Like, Connor was on the phone, we were chatting to him before we went live, and that is just the way he is, Connor, isn't it?
Yeah, he was talking exactly the same. Don't know how he keeps it up for so long. Like,
I'd love to be that happy. I'd love to be that happy all the time. Honestly, he's a force of nature, as I said. John Hamilton said, I don't know about the AXA, but the shirt design is great. Sabrina said, who is that you're talking to? I don't recognise the voice. It's my lover. That's who it is. It's my son, Sabrina. Do you not recognise my son? Yeah, who's this Sabrina bird? She sounds like an absolute... I'm not going to say anything. Crosby Red said, "Evening Reds, my Evertonian neighbour thinks we'll just do an Istanbul." I hope so. How did Everton get on, by the way? They were 2-0 up last that I heard.
I'll have a look.
During today's game against Burnley. Do you know, you can't depend on Burnley for anything, can you, to be fair?
Ended 2-0.
And they deserved it. They deserved the 2-0, to be fair to them. Roberto's in. Roberto, how are you? 1-1 draw tonight for Juventus, mate, in the Turin derby. I noticed that before I came on. A home to Torino. I think it was an 84th minute equaliser for Juventus, so that's a good, I suppose, end towards the season, mate. You never want to lose a local derby. Domestic Butler said, "So proud of Liverpool this season." And that's something, Connor, that we have to remember. And it was a very interesting question asked to me by somebody last night. At what point do we start thinking no trophies aren't good enough? And it's difficult because, as I said to you and I've said to many others, 97 points, a possible 97 points, or even if I said to you we'll be on 91 points with 2 games to go, would you take that? I find it hard to think anybody'd say no.
Yeah, because like if you would said that to me at the start of the season, you'd be thinking we'd already won the league at that stage. With that amount of points, like.
Absolutely. If you said to me 97 points, I'd be saying yes, please. That's the championship wrapped up.
I'd be saying fuck off, be realistic.
It is mad, isn't it? And people, pushing aside the bottlers' comments and all that stuff, people are going to be disappointed if we don't win something this season. I understand that. I'm fucking heartbroken, to be fair.
Like we've done 97% right. Like, you can't blame the team. It's just the circumstances, really.
You sent me a clip of Messi's goal, the watch along with me looking at Messi's goal, and I couldn't even react to it. I was just numb at that point for the third goal, that free kick.
Yeah, you don't really know how to react. Like,
no, it was just, oh Jesus Christ! I think I said something like that. Like, I was just
there.
completely
Oh my God.
numb. Yeah, it's just I've tried to figure out how that was a 3-0 game, and I haven't got my head around it. Some good news: Mohamed Salah has been shortlisted for the PFA Fans Player of the Month award. So pop over to Anfield Agenda's Twitter account, and there's a direct link on there. You'll see we posted a tweet, with a link to where you can go and vote for him. So, you know, Liverpool fans don't need an excuse, Connor, to get on and rig a vote.
No, all the Egyptians, well, they always pile on them votes, don't they?
Yeah, I went over there straight away, cast my vote. There's a tweet on there, as I said, on the Anfield Agenda Twitter account. There's a direct link on there, or just Google it. Just Google April Player of the Month award. What else have we got?
Who was he up against, actually?
Do you know what? I honestly can't remember. I just went straight down to him and voted.
I think Vardy was boy. I just mentioned him there.
Yeah, Vardy's up. Well, unfortunately, he's not going to win it because whenever Liverpool players up for one of these votes, we show up in numbers, mate. Well, if it's a public vote, we're rigging it somehow, and we're like, we made Lucas Leiva win Lazio's Player of the Year. Do you know what I mean? That's what Liverpool fans are like.
Remember the time we made Lovren Player of the Month for us as well? Remember the year, didn't he have like a really bad month and everyone voted for him out of like solidarity?
Oh, it's fucking class. I don't actually remember that. I don't remember it, but it's class.
I think it was last season at some point. Maybe it was this year. It wasn't that long ago. Someone remember.
Hey Craig, massive trip to Newcastle tomorrow, said Gary Richards. What's everybody's thoughts on the game tomorrow and your score predictions? Is this the first time this season, Connor, that we've played a 7:45 on a Saturday?
Don't think we've ever played at that time on Saturday, have we?
It's do you know what though? If you're a Newcastle fan, you're going, oh hello, 7:45 on a Saturday, Liverpool coming to town, a big game. Their fans are going to be up for it, man. They're going to be on the ale. They're going to have a good time. They're a great bunch of fans. They get behind their manager, which I love. I mean, I love how much they support and love Rafa Benitez. So it's going to be a tough trip.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy by any stretch. Like, we should be winning this still, but it'll be a good game for sure. Like, I don't think a lot of people are giving them enough credit that they should be getting.
Yeah, he's done miracles. Honestly, I thought they were down at one point, and from once again to come through, and you can't even say like Almiron was the turning point because he's done okay for them, but they were pretty safe, I think, or on the road to being safe before he went and signed him. So if you're Mike Ashley, I don't understand why you don't back him. It surely would make financial sense to back Benitez. If you give him the tools, he will have them challenging for at least the Europa League place with 3 or 4 good quality signings.
Yeah, I think people forget Newcastle are such a big club. Like they're in Champions League. What, like? Well, I know it was good for years ago, but like,
huge.
They're a big, massive club. Like, people forget
Alan Shearer, Ginola, all at one time up there. Like, very, very good
Nunez,
football.
remember him?
Oh yeah, he went on sign for Real Madrid, that money hungry little shit. Tony said nearly 8,000 have signed a petition, a Messi ban for the punch he made on Fabinho. That's just poor form, if you ask me. It just looks bad signing that petition. Yeah, it's just cringeworthy. If I'm being honest, I mean, I think he was a little shit. But I'd be more concerned. There's two things actually on this one that annoyed me about that. One, he pinched about 8 or 9 feet for the free kick, if you're looking back. And secondly, something I spoke to Connor about today, I sent the message into the Amp of the Agenda WhatsApp group saying, why on earth wasn't that an obstruction on an indirect free kick? Now, I know they've done away with obstruction, but whatever they've brought in to replace it, the wording still means that it would be an indirect free kick if you block off a man or obstruct him, as used to be the term. And that's what I was wondering about. So maybe somebody could explain that to me. Why was that a direct free kick and not an indirect free kick? And I'm not bitching about the game or the free kick. I'm genuinely curious as to why blocking players off like that now isn't an indirect free kick like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like if that wasn't obstruction, what term did it fall under? Like,
yeah, I've got the wording somewhere. Maybe I can pull it up here. Let me just see. I think, did I send it to you or did I send it to the Am for the Agenda WhatsApp group?
I think both.
Oh, it was on Twitter. Maybe it was on Twitter. Yeah,
Imagine
I actually put it into Twitter account.
Imagine banged in top corner, 40 yards, goes off screaming, and it gets ruled out because it was indirect.
It was an unbelievable strike. I mean, I've seen some people trying to have a go at Alisson Becker over it, saying that he was too far over. I'm a goalkeeper. It's one of the few positions on the fucking pitch I can actually speak with some authority on. He was perfect. He was 1 yard to his left-hand side. He had his wall set up to cover his right-hand side. And sometimes you see keepers taking the piss. They're like a foot away from the other post. But no, he was perfect in my opinion. It was just a pinpoint perfect free kick, Connor.
And no one ever saving that. Even the power behind it, like that far out to still have that much power as crossing the line. There's no one saving that. People trying to say Ederson would have, that's a load of shite.
No, I'm sorry. Unless you're about like 6'9", there's fuck all chance. And even at that, you probably don't have the footwork to get across there quick enough.
Yeah, exactly. Idiots.
Ella said the Chelsea shirt looks like a carpet, which is a good show. Messi rolling around the floor like he's being shot, which was embarrassing. That's one thing I never really remember associating with Lionel Messi, Connor, is he used to get the shit kicked out of him and just get back up and keep playing on. It's one of the reasons why I liked him so much, but I don't know if it's hanging around with Neymar or whatever, or if he's getting older, but that was bad form.
Oh, it was ridiculous. One shoulder barge, you got rolling like fucking Neymar going down the wing, like it's just so annoying to see, especially like you said, when he was like before he would just get up and go on with it. Obviously, one of the best player of all time. It's just sad to see him doing that kind of shit.
Let's roll on to the story. I said I'd hang off a little bit till we get talking about the story about how Peter Crouch nearly killed Dirk Kuyt. This story is really, really good. I said if you want to hear the story in full, check out Peter Crouch's podcast because that's where it came from. So speaking on this latest episode of his podcast, Peter Crouch admitted that he once almost killed Dirk Kuyt while go-karting ahead of a Champions League tie against Barcelona. So, speaking about the incident, he said, "We're going around the track and I thought this would be funny. I'll fly into the pits and slam on the brakes." So I flew into the pits, slammed on, and the brakes had gone. Literally, they'd completely failed. Dirk Kuyt and Alonso were standing there, so I knew I was going to kill one of them, so I picked Dirk Kuyt. As I went through, it was the best jump you'd ever seen, like a scissors jump. I went through Dirk Kuyt's legs and then back out onto the track. Rafa Benitez was fuming. He couldn't even look at me. And I said to him, "I promise you it wasn't my fault. The brakes just failed," and a fella went out and tested the car, took for a lap around the track and said, "Yep, the brakes had completely gone." Connor, I can almost imagine Benitez standing there looking at him, about to fucking kill him.
Rightly so, to be fair. I just love the fact that he actually had the time to think and he just constantly thought, yeah, I'll kill Kuyt, leave Alonso there. It's brilliant.
What I found funny about it was when he said Rafa was fuming, he looked at me and I said to him, "I promise you it wasn't my fault." You fucking drove into the pit lane to try and slam on the brakes. If you just kept on the track, it was absolutely your fault, you mad bastard. But as you said, yeah, split second decision. Who do I kill here, Dirk Kuyt or Xabi Alonso?
Wonder how Kuyt felt about that.
He was too busy jumping up in the air like a fucking ballerina with a perfect split of his legs to let Crouchy through. I mean, you know, I don't think Alonso would have done that. That's definitely a Dirk Kuyt move.
Maybe that's why he went for him. He thought he had more chance of surviving.
It was madness. I mean, that split second, who am I gonna take out over here? Like, and that's one of the reasons you should love Peter Crouch and listen to his podcast, because I'm sure he's got a lot of these stories, and sometimes ex-footballers, shit happens that we never hear about until these type of situations. And that was before a crunch Champions League tie against Barcelona, and Benitez had taken the team away for a bit of team building exercise. Connor, that he said, "Let's go karting," and Crouchy fucking nearly kills their cow.
Imagine that now, like, it's like Henderson about to take out Salah or Mane, like.
Oh my God, can you imagine that? Can you imagine, or imagine he injured Salah and missed it? Oh my God, he might as well just move. Like, don't even want to think about that. Domestic Butler said 2 goalkeepers would have found it difficult to save that free kick. No info on the ref as well. A couple of people asking who the ref is for Tuesday. I haven't got that info just yet anyway. I don't know if anybody else has heard it.
I'll look it up, see it's there.
Gary Richard said, in my house the new Chelsea kit is toilet paper. John M said, I heard this story 1,000 times. It's a belter of a story, to be fair. Yeah, Dog 76 makes a point that I thought as well. Hang on, Crouchy fits into a go-kart? I thought that as well. Yeah, I couldn't see. My knees were over my eyes. I couldn't see. Dave's in the chat. How are you, Dave? Great to see you in, buddy. I hope you're keeping well. Dave, I was just telling the guys earlier on as well that we look like we might have a venue pinned down for the meetup for next Sunday, so I'll be announcing that in due course, but at least we're getting that little bit closer now. I know Dave's going to be over in Liverpool for, I think, 3 days that weekend. October as well, Connor, we're going to be meeting up with over there. Cash is going to meet up with us as well. Is there anybody in the chat that is going to come up, by the way? I just need to know this, because if I can get some rough idea of numbers for the venue in question as well, that would help. I know Stephen Richards and Louise are going to be there. I think Scotty is going to be there. Is there anybody else I'm missing out on that's going to come up? What else have we got?
Sorry, I just got to run there for a second. Phone's ringing.
Yeah, no worries. If it had been KUYT driving and Crouch standing still there, Crouch would have been the helmet coming and tried to dive header it, said John Hamilton. The Crouch book is excellent, said Stephen Richards. The Chelsea kit's as disgusting as their club, said Tom Jones. Brian Morrissey said, KUYT would have understood perfectly. We're talking about Xabi Alonso here, lads, the greatest player to ever wear red. Well, relax now, Brian. Come on now. Relax. I think sometimes we look back at Xabi Alonso with red tinted glasses. He had a couple of brilliant seasons, but he did go through a sticky patch as well. But look, he's an absolutely quality player, and I love Xabi Alonso. I love him even more because he spent a summer here in Ireland as an exchange student, and he played a little bit of Gaelic football as well, which always makes me smile when I hear about that. Did you know that, Connor? That Xabi Alonso was an exchange student once and spent summer over here in Ireland and played some Gaelic football?
No, that's deadly.
Yeah. It made you love him even more. Of course he was good at it. I'd say Dublin were only fucking trying to sign him.
That's why he was good at football, sure. He was good at Gaelic.
I mean, was it 9.5 million or something like that Benitez paid for him, if I remember at the time. It's just ridiculously cheap.
So Sociedad, wasn't it?
Was it Sociedad or... Yeah, it was Sociedad, yes, it was Sociedad.
So there was always rumours of him going back there, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of players like that would like to finish their careers to their hometown clubs, but I think, well, he ended up finishing at Bayern Munich, so not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
And he looked great, by the way, those Lederhosen. Do you remember that? When they used to have their Bayern Munich, used to have their fan day or whatever, or they used to celebrate Oktoberfest, and there was a couple of pictures floating around of Xabi Alonso in the Lederhosen, and he pulled it off somehow.
Yeah, somehow did.
What's the place called, Craig? I can't give it out yet, Scotty. That's the whole point, mate. If it was confirmed, I'd be giving out the news, but I can't give it out yet. But it is in Liverpool city centre, that much I can say.
I'm going to have to run in a second there, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. That was the phone call. That was to say the truckload of cash is arriving and Connor has to go and open up the garage.
I'm on taxi duty.
Oh, we've all done that, mate. And many people out there have been in the situation Connor's in now. You get your driver's license, you get on the insurance, and suddenly your dad starts using it as a private taxi to pick him up from the boozer. Fuck me, I've had to do that so many times. But it's a fair trade-off.
Sure, it's worth it at the end of the day.
Is your dad like my dad was? Is your dad Nazi over the petrol or the diesel? Because my dad was a fucking Nazi over that stuff.
What, like he make you pay back what you use and stuff?
Oh, everything that's in it.
No, my dad's fairly good that way. He'll chip in, like, but he's not like that. Doesn't look at it that closely.
My dad was a reserve driving merchant. Like, he was literally playing with all the time, just over empty, all the time. Yeah, that's how cheap he was. To be fair.
Or like if he knew he was going somewhere, he'd point just the right amount, so you wouldn't have any to use afterwards. Like,
Oh yeah, if I'm getting into with the lights on, the reserve lights on, yeah, definitely. The amount of games of chicken that we played with that reserve light on, you know, going in sticking £3 worth of petrol in.
that's brilliant.
Right, I'll let you go, buddy, and go pick up your dad. Tell him we all said hello. I hope you had a good evening.
Will do. Right.
Chat to you soon, buddy. Bye bye.
Right. Bye. Bye.
Right, ladies and gents, it's just you and I. God, my ears always feel different when I take off those headphones because they're noise cancelling headphones. Right, let me go through your comments, and I hope you're all keeping well. It's always fun to catch up with Connor. Now he has to go and perform his sonly duties. Love to have to come Liverpool, but in Italy on holiday, said Domestic Butler. Hope you have a wonderful holiday, buddy. Who do you think United will sign this summer? I can honestly say, Jack, I haven't given that 1 second's worth of thought, mate, so I don't know. I have no idea who they'll sign. Vigo said we need some big oil money. I don't know. I'm very cautious about stuff like this. I've heard stories of PSG's owners perhaps looking to pull out now, and that could happen with anybody that has those type of owners. So I'd be careful about wanting that oil money. Sometimes, or even state investment money. Like, remember there was time Dubai Investment Capital looked at us one time. There was talk of Chinese investment one time at Liverpool as well. And if at any time these people do come in and buy up the club, they don't have any sentimental attachment to it. They won't. If they get bored, they'll just sell on the club or strip it down or do what they want to get their money back. And that always worries me with the thoughts of new owners. Stevie said, shall we meet you at the airport? I don't know, mate. We can be in contact before that, to be fair. I'll make sure I make contact with you and Louise so we can set something up. But if you want to meet at the airport, mate, that's good. But we're getting in fucking early. I think our flight lands at about 7:30. Adam Park said, love Xabi Alonso and Dirk Kuyt. It's weird, I'm still expecting to hear Connor in my ears even though I know he's gone. Alonso spent the summer in Meath. Nice. I couldn't remember where it was, but yeah, Meath. Died 76, nailed it there. Brian Morrissey said, just got a YouTube notification for this video. Brilliant work, YouTube. Oh, mate, YouTube notifications are the bane of any YouTuber's life. It's ridiculous. I tried emailing the Anfield Agenda but without success. I must have the wrong address. I even checked Dara last night because I knew you might email, mate. So I checked. I even checked the spam folders just to make sure, and there's definitely nothing there. It's AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com, Dara, or AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com. Now, if you send it to the Gmail address, it won't go into a spam folder because their spam folders are shite, to be fair. They never pick up anything. So it's just AnfieldAgenda@outlook.com or AnfieldAgenda@gmail.com, Dara, mate. And I did look out for it because I had a feeling you might try and send one. What's up with Alonso these days? He's retired. Yeah, he retired, finished his career at Bayern Munich. Xabi wasn't the fastest or the strongest, the most naturally gifted, but he was the smartest, said Tom Jones, and he could pick out one hell of a pass, mate. One hell of a pass. Boya, talk to you soon, buddy. I know you're usually up early for work. Great to see you in. Is it near Anfield, may I ask? No, it's city centre, Scotty. Quite possibly for Sunday, boys and girls. Dave Fagan. What's Sunday? Oh, you meeting up, Dave. Sorry. I didn't realise I was a bit behind in the chat there for a minute. Yeah, it'd be great. Anybody who wants to meet up, we need to get a rough idea of how many so we could give the venue an idea. Alonso's going to be the manager next or the year after. He's not finished at Liverpool, so Brian Morrissey. I don't remember ever seeing the yellow light off in the Daewoo or the Astra. Oh yeah, Sabrina, my wife there. Yeah, piece of shit, I'm telling you. My dad was tight with the old petrol. Craig, what's the plan for the last day of the season? Where is everybody meeting up? I won't say in negotiations because that sounds completely over the top. I'm just having a chat, Crosby Red, with the manager of a venue in Liverpool City Centre. I'm just trying to make sure that they can keep us a section there for the final day of the season. I should know in a day or two. I spoke to them today on the phone and everything should be okay. It's a really good spot right in the centre of Liverpool, Albert Dock side of the city centre. That's about as much as I can give away at the moment, but we're going to be there nice and early from about 11 a.m, I'd say, on Sunday morning at the venue. So if anybody does want to come, we'll be there, as I said, nice and early. We'll be filming inside, we'll be filming outside. We've got permission to film inside, which is great. yeah, so really looking forward to it. I don't want to give out the name just yet, just in case it doesn't work out, but I'll know more in a day or two, and I promise you I'll give you guys plenty of notice. I just do need to, as I said, get an idea of roughly how many people are going to be there, because no more, if it's me, Connor, in October, then it's me, Connor, in October, but I still need to just get a rough idea. We can become plastic, we'd forsake the club's honour, said Tom Jones, if we sold to some oil barons. Is that the right word? De Ligt and Timo Werner should be our first two signings by June. Have we read this today, Gary? Because I actually have some news on De Ligt. Where? Let me just go through my notes. Yeah, so Liverpool have been dealt a blow in their pursuit of young centre-back Matthias de Ligt, with the Dutchman keen on a move to Bayern Munich. The story seems to originate in Germany, and it has been, I think, thrown around by a couple of English media outlets as well. But it indicates that he's keen to a move to either Barcelona or Bayern Munich, and they're the two options that appeal to him the most. Now, as I said, always with these type of stories, take them with a massive pinch of salt. I really never believed we were going to go out and sign De Ligt. Just my opinion. I don't know if we need to go and spend 65, 70 million on another centre-back at this moment in time, when we could go and get somebody like Alderweireld, and we have Kian Hoover coming through, we've got Joe Gomez, but I still wouldn't say no if he was on offer. So don't take it up that I'm saying I don't like De Ligt. I love De Ligt. I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but Timo Werner, I'd love that to happen, Gary. And I don't know if you've read something, mate, or there's some gossip columns on this that I've missed out on, but if there are, please share. Craig, can I email you if I get lost trying to find a place? Yes, mate. We'll be live all that day. We'll be active on Twitter as well, so we'll make sure everybody can get a hold of us on that day. Don't worry, buddy. PSG Omer's rumoured to be in for a championship club. Any names on that one? Mr. Dead Inside but still horny. Absolutely fucking love that name. Well done, sir. He said, well, big man, GAC result. Thankfully, I didn't go. It wasn't great. I'm not going to lie. That result against Barcelona, I'm still scratching my bald ass head about trying to figure out how we lost that game 3-0. I'm still at a loss to explain how we lost it 3-0, buddy. Xabi is coaching the under 13s at Real Madrid. He just won the league with the kids this season. Congratulations to him. Xabi currently being looked at for coaching role at Bayern Munich, said Evan Guest. Just sent you an email, Craig, and it went through. Class. Dara, I will reply, mate, as soon as the stream's over. Let me just clear up afterwards, and I promise you I'll reply ASAP, buddy. Thank you for reaching out, mate. I do appreciate it. Scotty, mate, I can't keep answering questions throughout the stream, buddy. I know you're trying to just get some information from me, but I have loads of comments to get through. I don't mean to be rude, pal. I can't just keep answering direct questions throughout the stream. And Google will tell you how to get from Liverpool Lime Street to wherever we are, buddy. But I won't leave you stuck, Scotty. I know. I won't leave you stuck, buddy. I promise you. Matip will get an improved deal, I think, said Recessionizer. There's been a couple of things floating around about that today, actually. We need another pressing forward for when one of the front three get injured, said Soul of Taurus, or is it Tarsus? Tarsus, sorry. I agree. We absolutely need another forward, mate. There's no argument for me whatsoever on that one. A forward and a number 10, we need both, in my opinion. Yes, as I say time and time again, we've got young Ryan Brewster coming through as well. Sturridge is moving on. Moreno's moving on. We don't know what's going to happen with James Milner. I think his contract's up at the end of the season. I fully believe we'll move Lallana on. I think we might move Dejan Lovren on as well. So there is going to be spaces in the squad. Jack's page said De Ligt is never going to Bayern. They have Hummels, Boateng, Sula, Alaba, and can play centre back. Mate, this is coming out of Germany, as I said, from a couple of semi-reliable German news outlets and journalists, sorry. But to be fair, Boateng is shut. They're getting rid of him in the summer without a shadow of a doubt. He's absolutely finished. Sula, quality, as you said. Hummels, again, getting to the end, mate. So bringing in a young 19-year-old centre-back makes absolute sense. Stephen, Craig probably meet you at the venue about 11. No problem. No problem whatsoever, buddy. Do you think we're going to beat Newcastle? Yes, Ryan, I do. I predicted a 2-0 win for the Reds tomorrow. Give me some thoughts on starting 11s, ladies and gents. What are we feeling for the game tomorrow? Do you think Klopp was going to make many changes? Are you expecting maybe Degsley Lovren to get a run out tomorrow? I put my team up yesterday. Off the top of my head, I went with Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, Robertson, Fabinho, Gini, Henderson, and then the front three as the front three. That's the team I went with anyway. Thoughts on Baby Miller's ban? Has he got a ban yet, Dara? I know that... See, it's... When you talk about a ban, it's difficult to say because each independent state in America has their own commission. So one commission, Dara, might ban him for 6 months, one commission for 12 months, one commission... I think the WBC, I think, have imposed a 6-month ban, but that's not really a ban as such because they need to wait and see what other bans come in. So yeah, it's not as simple as just one ban because you can apply for a license in New York, in Las Vegas, anywhere basically, any state, or in America or England or anywhere to fight. So it depends he has to be banned in each separate licensing constituency, if that makes sense. But it's not the first time he's been caught, mate. This time he failed on 3 different substances, I believe. EPO being one of them. Human growth hormone, I think, another one. It's just not good. And I think when he was a kickboxer, he failed the drugs test as well. So for me, fuck Big Baby Miller. He should be finished. Biggest chance in his life, and he shit the bed. And boxing's a game, you can't fuck around with it. Do you know what I mean? It's 2 men in the ring there, and it's not like racing or running where you might pick up an extra half second. You could kill somebody. So whatever ban Miller gets, I still think it's not enough. We're not talking about a situation here where he failed one thing and he could say it was a tainted substance. 3 different things he failed on. What striker do I want to sign? Timo Werner, and I haven't even thought about anybody since Roboy, or is it Roboy or Roboy? Royboy? I'm sorry, ROH boy. I know a lot of people are looking at Pepe as well, Nicolas Pepe, which is another good option. I've been very honest and said that I haven't watched much of Nicolas Pepe, so I'm not really somebody that can give you a valid opinion on him. Klopp said that Bobby might not be ready to play. I think from the press conference, Scotty, what I read, he said this was before the Barcelona game. The medical team said that he could be good to go. Wasn't sure about 90 minutes. I don't know if he's talking about the Newcastle one. I might have picked that up wrong. 6 months from the New York and from the WBA. Yeah, so as I said, I think they're going to wait and see what other states do. But 6 months is not enough. It's absolutely not enough. I wonder with all our new crossing from the wing backs this year, who do you think will invest in a big taller forward? I honestly don't see us getting like a 6'6" style forward in. It just doesn't suit our system. It's not. You can go say yes, a plan B, and you can say maybe he had Lewandowski at Dortmund at one point, which makes sense. I just don't see that type of forward being somebody that we'd go for, recessionizer buddy. But do you know what, mate? I've been wrong in the past, and I'll probably be wrong many, many times in the future. The Crouchy and KUYT story we've already covered, Dara. Basically, they were go-karting. Crouchy decided that he'd be funny and go into the pits and drive straight at them and put on the brakes right at the last second. He realised the brakes were failing and he had a decision to make about whether he was going to run over Dirk Kuyt or whether he was going to run over Xabi Alonso. He went for Dirk Kuyt, and thankfully he said Kuyt jumped up in the air, opened his legs like a scissors, and just about jumped over Crouch as he went underneath him full pelt in the go-kart. And he said Rafa nearly fucking killed him. Craig, this season's been a blast and you've rekindled my love for Liverpool. That's so kind of you to say, mate. I'm sure the football has helped as well, though, to be fair. But if we played even a small part in it, mate, that means the world. Thank you. Guys, look, if you're new to the stream, you're watching, you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do hit the button. Reminder that our watch along tomorrow for the Newcastle game will start at 7:15 p.m. I hope you can all join us for that one. Second last league game of the season. Let's get on here again, cheer the Reds on together, enjoy what will hopefully be another 3 points, but it'll be an interesting game nonetheless. Time to put the pressure as well back onto Manchester City with them playing Leicester on Monday night. So please do hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the stream as well if you could. Milner, big baby Milner could sign for United. They're all big babies. It's Stephen Richards. KUYT injured. Yes, we spoke about that at the start. KUYT looks like he's going to be out for about 2 months, according to Klopp, with an abductor tear. It's going to keep him out of obviously the rest of Liverpool's campaign, but it'll probably keep him out or be close to keeping him out of the African Cup of Nations as well, which takes place at the end of the season. We need Lazar for the Barcelona game, the Serbian Messi. He's on loan at Fulham. He ain't their boy anymore. His contract's up as well at the end of the season, I believe, as is 118, what's his name again? Bogdan. His contract's up as well. If we had Werner, what do you think our starting 11 would be? I don't know, Peter, because different games call for different players, if you get where I'm coming from, pal. I imagine it would look something like, let's say everybody's fit. Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho. After that, maybe KUYT. And then it's a matter of whether you have Firmino playing a little bit deeper, or you have somebody like Oxlade-Chamberlain there, or whether you have somebody else coming in to play in the 10, and then Werner up front, Mane, Salah. It depends. Sometimes you're going to rotate, so sometimes you won't play all four of Mane, Salah. Let's say Werner came in and Roberto Firmino. So I don't like to pick a starting 11 because different games call for different systems. Did you think Werner is faster than Salah? I don't know. I heard somewhere that Timo Werner is ridiculously fast. Like his sprinting records are crazy, but I'd be lying, mate, if I guessed. Although I did see the video that Sadio Mane believed he was faster than a giraffe, which was funny at one point. He's a fast dude, but he ain't faster than a giraffe. Feel sorry for Naby as soon as he hits forms. Knobs at Barca end his season. What's really fucking annoying about that, buddy, is that not even a yellow for Rakitic for that foul. Scissored him, did his groin, and not even a yellow card. I mean, the referee was a shithouse. That's the second abductor injury we've had. Such an unusual injury to have had twice. Oh, Mr. Crosby is back. How are we, Connor? Great to see you. Haven't spoke to you in a while. I've just come back from work, hoping this time tomorrow we could have another win under our belt, said Heme. So am I. I'm really excited about it because there's only 2 league games left for the Reds. We're going to be over in Liverpool for the last one, so we won't get to do a watch along. So this is the last watch along for a league game we're going to have this season. Do you think Oxlade-Chamberlain will get a game? I don't know if he's fit to start, Paul. That's the only thing. I think he might get some game time, but whether he starts or not, I don't know. You can never second guess the gaffer though, because he does pull out some mad stuff occasionally. If Werner does sign, does he get the 9 and Firmino go to the 7? Are you talking about the actual shirt numbers here or positions, Gary? Either way, yes, he will go in as a centre forward, mate, I would imagine. And maybe Firmino drops a little bit deeper. Werner'd look good in a 7 shirt, said Tom Jones. Oh, I think you mean literally because you assume Milner going. Yeah, sorry, I'm catching up now, Gary. Bear with me. I think Bobby's happy with his 9. I think Bobby probably likes getting the 9 shirt. Although a 7 shirt at Liverpool is a massive shirt to get, so either way, I think he'd be sound about it. Will Luka Modric retire in Real Madrid? I've no idea, mate. Sorry. Whenever he does retire, though, we will look back at him as a great footballer. Interesting to see if we replace players leaving and promote from within this summer. Brewster, Sturridge, Adam Lewis, Moreno, for example. Yeah, it's a fair point, but we're still going to have to replace as well. Even bringing through, let's just assume we do that swap that you spoke about there, Ryan Brewster for Danny Sturridge. We're still short. I still think we need to bring through another player. Adam Lewis for Moreno was definitely something that we've spoken about before and something that isn't unrealistic as a backup. Your thoughts on Rondon? I don't think Salomón Rondón is anywhere near good enough to play at our level. I mean, he's on loan at Newcastle from West Brom. He's done alright at Newcastle, to be fair to him, but it just doesn't suit us. He wouldn't suit our style of football. I don't think he's good enough. Jack Spade said, my team for tomorrow: Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Lovren and Robbo. Then Henderson, Fabinho and Oxlade-Chamberlain, Milner / Lallana, and then Bobby, Mo, and Mane. Give the 7 to Trent just to annoy people. I want him to get to 23. I've always thought that Trent Alexander-Arnold would be perfect to take the number 23 shirt. Zaid said, "Hey Craig, just wanted to say keep up the content and up the Reds." Thank you, Zaid. Very kind of you. Great to have you in. Fiona as well said, "Love the vids." Thank you so much to both of you for those kind words. It's really, really appreciated. Got to go for Newcastle tomorrow as I'm from up north, said Jamie Todd. I'll tell you what, Jamie, mate, it's not going to be an easy game for us. Trip up there on a Saturday night under the lights, the Geordies in full voice. It's going to be a tough game. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I think it's going to be a good game of football. Nice, competitive, hard, 100-mile-an-hour game of football. Just what we don't need after coming off a Champions League game during the week. Don't forget about our competition, ladies and gents, as well. Sorry, I keep forgetting to remind people about this. We're giving away, with thanks to our friends at All Star Signings, a signed picture of Robbie Fowler celebrating the 2001 UEFA Cup. I was going to say Europa League. The details of how to enter the competition are in the stream notes, so just have a look on there when you get a chance, and you can enter directly from there. Also as well, to those people that are signed up to the Patreon reward scheme, thank you very much for your support. The newsletter went out today, so have a look on Patreon, you can see on there. And Connor also put this month's discount codes up for anybody who wants any merchandise. So again, thank you to everyone that signed up to that. If anybody does want to sign up to it or have a look at it to see what's available, just go to patreon.com/Anfield Agenda, and I'll get Connor to put that link in the chat as well. We've 2 levels on there. You can sign up for $2 a month or $5 a month, and the list of rewards for each are on the site there. So if you want to have a look at it, have a look at it. But either way, all the content is going to be free one way or the other. I meant as an opposing striker on Saturday, not as a Liverpool player. Oh, sorry. He can be a handful on his day, but I still don't think he's that great. I'll be expecting Van Dijk and Matip or Van Dijk and Gomez to pocket him, Dara, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I don't rate him if I'm being honest. I'm trying to be polite about it, but I think he's pretty shit, to be fair. Now, I'm saying that watch the fucker will go and score against us and I'll look like a mug. Trent will get number 2, said Morton. Yeah, possibly. I just like the idea of the 23 because of the Scouse link, Morton. So you had Robbie Fowler wearing 23 at one point. Jamie Carragher wore 23. I'd love Trent to go and take that shirt. Trent to keep 66 in 20 years time, it'll be iconic. I'm a bit old school, Jack. 66 to me just looks fucking weird on a football shirt. But as I said, I'm an old ass person, so maybe younger people like it more than me. Newcastle went 2-0 up at Old Trafford in 10 minutes. Anything can happen now, said Jamie. Absolutely, mate. I'm just praying for Leicester to do something on Monday, Jamie. I'm not going to lie. Did you hear Brendan Rodgers said he's going to smash City for Klopp? Didn't hear that, Paul, no. I'd seen an interview with Brendan Rodgers and he was just saying he's going to concentrate on Leicester and, you know, they've still got something to play for. They want to push for that last Europa League spot, but I hadn't heard. I'd love to hear him say he's going to smash City for Klopp, but I haven't seen it, mate. Connor's put the link in there to Patreon. Thank you, Connor. Stevie Richards' team: Alisson, Virgil, Trent, Matip, Robbo, Fabinho, Henderson, Gini, Mana, Bobby and Mo. Mane, Bobby and Mo. Yeah, I think again it only comes down to the midfield, really, doesn't it? Who we play in midfield. Domestic Butler reckons Liverpool will win 6-0 tomorrow. Rafa's head would melt if they conceded 6. Maybe set up commands for the links. Sean, definitely remember, when you're talking to me, buddy, about stuff like this, I am a techno gobshite. I'm useless, buddy, with stuff like that. Connor is probably your man to talk to about that. So Connor, set up fucking commands for the links, mate. Come on, get your shit together. Patron and link will appear at whatever site you would like to attach. Nice. But as I said, I'm an absolute gobshite, mate, when it comes to stuff like that. Rondon is dangerous, said Brian Morrissey. Bring back Peter Beardsley. We've never replaced him, said Dara. I love Beardsley. John Hamilton said 2, 23, 66. I don't care as long as it ain't 69. Did anybody else ever listen or hear in bingo when somebody says number 69, a meal for 2? I heard that the other night on something and I nearly fucking spat my drink out laughing. Thought it was very funny. But then again, I'm a big child really, so I find these silly little things funny. Dave reckons Mane will score and Salah will score tomorrow and 2-0 to the Reds. Our season's in Leicester's hands. How fucked up is that? Yeah, and it'll be in Brighton's hands after that. I think this really has to be the last chance though, to be fair. I can't see Brighton taking that off City. Connor said we had Nightbot with the links before, but he went rogue. Yeah, he did. He kept trying to ban everybody, didn't he? Crazy fucking bot. See, taking over. Already the robot's trying to take over. What odds do you reckon we are to beat Barcelona? To beat them, Paul, or to go through? To beat them, I'd say we're fairly... I'd say we're on. I'd say we're 5 to 6 on or something like that to beat them. To go through, I think somebody said we were 10 to 1 to win it, so I'd say something similar. Maybe 8 or 10 to 1, Paul. Could be more though. Messi petition has over 8,000 signatures. It's, to me, my opinion on this, I just don't like the idea of that petition. It's not going to do anything except make us look bitter. Ever thought about making a to-do list after the stream and then do it before you go live the next day? What do you mean, Jamie? I don't understand the question, buddy. I do notes for every stream. I have a big page of notes open here in front of me from my research and stuff. But I don't know what you mean about the to-do list, buddy. Sorry. We really need Cardiff to beat Crystal Palace and Arsenal to beat Brighton at the weekend, said Domestic Butler. Oh, to keep the fight for relegation alive, yeah. That would help. Although you never want to wish relegation on anybody, but yeah, mate, it would help. I'm not going to lie. Make sure you have the diet chat for tomorrow night's game. Always have it, Gary. Look, it's here now. It's always here with me. Never away. Always within arm's reach. Jamie Vardy's in scoring form, said Liverpool Football Club. Connor said only the OGs remember Nightbot. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the arse actually now that you mention it. Piff Nang Westy said if City draw against Leicester and we win the rest of our games, then do we win it? Yes, mate, we do. That's all we need. It's just City to draw one game and us to win our last two, and then carnage will happen. You said about the command, so I thought about a to-do list for them all. Again, I wouldn't know what to do, Jamie. I'm useless when it comes to stuff like that. I'm the type of person that if anything goes wrong with this setup, I'm on the phone to Connor going, mate, what the fuck happened? What do I do? What do I press? Brendan will make sure to put in one hell of a performance on Monday. The game will be in the spotlight and he's the biggest ego on earth, so he'd love to show people how good he is, said Jack's page. What else we got? We had Nightbot on another platform. It lasted all of 2 hours and got heaved, said John Hamilton. Yeah, it was a pain in the arse now that I think back to it. Brian said those petitions are fucking tragic. That's kind of my opinion on them, mate. They make us look like a bunch of petty fuckers and it won't change anything. It would only be Liverpool to finish on 97 points and still might not win the league, said Zaid. It's so tough to think about that, isn't it? 97 points and not win the damn thing. It would be mental. Domestic Butler said gonna have a 4-0 bet on Liverpool against Barcelona. Wonder what the odds are. Craig been trying the Iron Brew today. Oh, not for me, mate. Jesus, no. Tried that stuff before. Nah. Dave, talk to you soon, buddy. 10 to 11 to win the match and 9 to 1 to qualify. I wasn't too far off them, was I? I went 5 to 6 and 10 to 1 or 8 to 1, so I was pretty close, Kev. Craig, when does the summer transfer window open? I don't know if it's June 1st or even sooner, but it's no later than June 1st anyway. They've moved it forward, so it closes the weekend before, or a couple of days before the Premier League kicks off in August, so yeah, it doesn't go through like it used to do all the way through to the end of August and close on the 1st of September. So I think the 1st of June I have in my head, but I could be wrong. But it does open very early. Thank you for the question, Krishna, by the way. Most of them petitions are set up by rival fans to make us look petty. True. That is true. It still looks cringy though. I mean, again, the fact that people go out of their way to do that, if they are doing it to take the piss, why? Where's Ferno? I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't got a clue, mate. Honestly, sorry. I haven't got a clue where he is. Maybe he's just, found something else to keep him occupied. Maybe he doesn't like the channel anymore. I don't know. I couldn't answer that one. I was thinking the same the other day, though, Tom. Toronto FC looks good on you, my friend. Thank you very much, Aaron. It's a really nice shirt, to be fair. I've got a couple when I was over in America last season. I've got the Orlando one. I've got this one. I've got the LAFC shirt. I've got the Columbus Crew away shirt. Rafa Benitez was successful in Liverpool with Gerrard at Liverpool Football Club. Stephen Richard said, I hope Nike don't do our kits. Haven't seen Chelsea's yet. It's horrible. It really is fucking horrible. There's a whole load of horrible kits going around for next season. Have you seen United's kit, by the way, everybody? Manchester United's home kit for next season is absolutely fucking shocking. Again, if you ever want to have a look at a site that's good for these type of things, footyheadlines.com is a very good site for showing you what kits are coming up. Who shot JR? I think it was Connor, John Paul Smith. Him or your man from Father Ted, who was wearing the t-shirt all the time, mate, one or the other. But wasn't JR just a dream? Wasn't he not really shot? He didn't die, it was just a dream, and he appeared in the shower scene in Dallas all those years later. I'm going to the Barca match. I hope something incredible could happen, said Zaid Williams. I hope you get to go. That would be class. And yes, I also hope something incredible happens, Zaid. I'll be doing a watch along. I'll be watching the game on Tuesday night regardless. 20-1 to win the Champions League. Might be worth a tenner. Might be worth a tenner, that. 10-1 for Liverpool to qualify on Bet365 and 33-1 for a 4-0 score, said Christopher. 33-1 has to be worth a fiver, that, doesn't it? United strip rotten, said Dodge76. Yeah, Arsenal in the camo kit. I haven't seen that one, Sean. Just googled it. The summer transfer window opens midnight May 16th. Wow, yeah, so right after the season ends. There you go. They aren't fucking around anymore. Season ends 4 days later, window open, get your business done. Nice. I can send you a Phoenix Rising shirt. Oh, look there, mate. I don't want anybody to be ever out of pocket sending me any shirts, buddy. I love football shirts, as you know. I collect them, but I don't like the thoughts of people being out of pocket, mate, to send me anything. Evening Craig, Raul Jimenez of Wolves. I know they've just signed him, but would you think he'd be worth a punt? Well, as you've kind of just said yourself, they've just signed him on a permanent deal. He's not going to go anywhere. He's a good player, though. He is a good player. Him and who's that other guy at Wolves that's doing really well? Jota. He's had a really good season as well. As has Ruben Neves. I mean, Wolves have been very good with their recruitment. I haven't actually seen the Phoenix Rising shirt, Dara. Now that you mention it, I'm thinking through in my head here, and I don't remember ever seeing the shirt. Have you seen the Juventus kit? Yes, I have. It's 1 half black, 1 half white with a pink line going down the centre of it. I think pink was their first ever kit or something like that, so I think it's a nod back to that, if memory serves. Why are we writing your dad bought tickets for Xbox Live? Oh, why the fuck are we writing that in the chat, Connor? I'm absolutely lost at that one. Don't forget the English window closes for everybody else in Europe again next season, which it does. The Nike training tracksuits are quality for 18-19, said PC Salah. Jack Page said the United kit makes me debate humanity. It's fucking horrible. It really is horrible. Neil Anthony said City have lost to Benitez, to Hodgson. If Rodgers wins, how crazy would that be? The 3 previous LFC managers. I mean, I'm taking anything, Neil, that makes it possible. I'm jumping on any bandwagon, any little bits of information like that. Anything that can give me hope, mate, I'm happy with. Any news on the fans with real tickets being taken off them at the ground, as Stewart said they were fake and allegedly sold on for a secondary fee to other fans? I can't say, as you said, it's been on Spirit of Shankly, you said, for Session Irish. I haven't seen or heard anything about it, mate, sorry. The summer transfer window opens May 17th, so there you go. Not too long to go. And I will be bombarding you guys with transfer news. Don't worry about that. I love me a transfer. My brother's is Manchester United's academy. I'm trying to convince him to be a Liverpool fan. Must be a very good footballer, Zaid. That's class. I hope he goes on to have a really good career, no matter where he is. I'm not going to begrudge him the fact he's at United. If he's at United, he must be a good footballer, so best of luck to him. I hope he has a wonderful career. John Hamilton said that United shirt is one of Adidas's worst ever designs. And what else we got? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Norwich away strip this year is like an Awfully 82 football GAA shirt. Awfully, so that would be what? Yellow, green and white? Am I right in that one? Arsenal's away kit looks like the one they wore in 89-90. Was that yellow and blue? That was a nice kit actually. I like that kit. If it's the right one I'm thinking of, Morton, I actually like that kit. Drogba played for them. Oh, I thought he played... Was he not at Montreal at one point, Dara? Or am I absolutely just making that up, mate? But I do have to have a Google of this shirt now. Craig, do you know what I've done? Blue tick to be removed. My name was Benjamin, but changed it to Carrig. No, mate, I think what probably... I'll give it back to you there now. What probably happened is I went through the list of people the other day that are moderators there. I've given it back to you, mate. And I removed loads of people that haven't been on in ages just to clean up. You know, I was just doing a bit of housekeeping. But I've given it back to you there now. What's your favourite ever kit? So, the 86 to 88, or is it 87 to 89? The red Home Crown Paints kit. And then the grey Candy kit from 89-90. They're my two favourite kits. Also, if we're gone non-Liverpool, then it has to be the West Germany 1990 World Cup kit. Absolute belter of a kit. Craig, what do you think is Klopp's type of player? Timo Werner. Mate, without giving you a short answer, I think Timo Werner is right up Klopp Street. But I like the fact that we're not seeing a lot of genuine links coming out of the English media with regards to Liverpool transfers. I like that. I like that it's a little bit quiet. Because if the window opens that early, you'd imagine Klopp likes to get his business done pretty quick. He likes to have players in for pre-season. So I'd say he'll have a lot of people in the door before we go off to America. Don't mind Liverpool kits, but still have nightmares about the white suits. Yeah, fucking... They were Armani white suits as well, if memory serves, Domestic Butler. They were shocking, to be fair. The whole Spice Boys tag, yeah, no. We'll pass on that one. We're turning the Barca game around, said Muaz Tala. I like that, buddy. I like that confidence. Keep it coming. I love expressions. Legit the only decent Spurs fan. He's a good lad. We're going to have him on more often. We'll get him on a couple of times as well when we play Spurs next season. We might even get him on for a couple of podcasts as well over the summer if he's available. Getting a really good feeling about the Barca game, said Stealthful. We're going to do it. I had this feeling before the Dortmund game. Think it's going to be another special night at Anfield. Well, if there's one place, mate, that can produce special nights, Anfield is it. So, again, I love the positivity. You guys have really cheered me up over the past few days. Because I'm not going to lie, I've been going around the house with a face like a slapped arse. I've been so in the dumps about the last couple of weeks being a Liverpool fan. It's been a great season coming to a conclusion, and I need this little bit of confidence, so thank you. Stevie Richard said, Craig, if New Balance should stump up the cash as they're more suitable for our needs, respectable of our history, I'd love New Balance to keep making the kit, Stephen. As I said, I'm a fan of the New Balance stuff. PC Salah said, if we don't win a cup this season, we'll win it next season, fingers crossed. I really want us to kick on and become a powerhouse. So do I, mate, and I think you're right. It can't be too far away. But we're getting better and better and better. And what makes me really believe is you're hearing every other major manager and club around Europe sing Liverpool's praises about how good a squad they have, how well they play, how difficult it is to play against us. And we can't undervalue that. Paul Greaves said we need to go and scare Barcelona from the start. 100%, mate. Tear into them right from the start. Ever thought of a Liverpool FIFA career mode leading them to the title? On our second channel that we're going to launch over the summer, mate, crack on. I probably will do a little bit of gaming on there. A little bit. I'll be shit at it. Absolutely shit at it. But I'll do a little bit. I might even try and... I have an idea, actually. I have something in my mind that I'm going to try and reach out to a few people to see if they'd be up for it. Okay, what have we got? David James is to blame for the fucking Spice Boys. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, mate. Drogba moved from Montreal to Phoenix. Well, at least I wasn't imagining it, Dara. At least I got it right. I just had memories of him playing for Montreal. It's kind of good that Newcastle are confident that they'll nick points off us because it means we'll probably surprise them, said Alex Rodriguez. It's going to be a difficult game tomorrow. It really is. Don't be under any misconceptions. I fully believe we'll go there and win. But it's going to be a battle. I think we might pinch it towards the ending at a couple of late goals. Mary Crosby as Kristen, shot JR, said Jen. Thank you, Jen. Craig, who would you want the most, Werner or Fekir? Werner, mate. I think it's more difficult to find a centre for, or to find a 10. But I'd still rather Fekir. Or Werner, sorry. My daughter's distracting me with her loud ass voice in the background. Hang on 1 second. Sarka, can you shut the fuck up? There you go. Parenting 101. But it worked, you see. There you go. She's in there yapping to her mate on the phone. Bedroom door wide open. Phone on speakerphone. As teenagers do. Got that feeling something special happened at Anfield, said Alex Rodriguez. The gegenpress at Anfield is literally just going to crumble Barca, I think, said Tribute Gamer. The amount of stick I've gotten from fans about losing 3-0. Yeah, and do you know what, mate? It wasn't a 3-0 game. And I've said this time and time and time again. It wasn't a 3-0 game. But you can't argue with the scoreline because it's a fact. Stephen Richards said I'd like Maddison from Leicester City. He's a good footballer. Again, we had a chance to sign him at the end of last season. He had an injury. I think it was his ankle or his knee. Kept him out at the end of Norwich's campaign, and Liverpool didn't pull the trigger. The shitter you are, the more funny it'll be if you rage. Oh, I will rage, Jamie. I mean, if you've learned anything from watching me on this channel, you'll know that I'm definitely somebody that goes from 0 to angry very quickly. Sorry, voice is going. An early goal against Barcelona and the tie will turn in Liverpool's favour, said Mark Henley. Will crack on gaming videos be streamed? Yes, mate, probably. Most likely. Brian Morrissey said very few players in the world wouldn't want to join Liverpool. Yeah, spot on. Do you know what? That's what I... In saying that, Brian, it's the same for players leaving Liverpool. Like, why would Salah, Mane, Firmino want to go and leave Liverpool now? We're in a really good position as a club. The Irish Beard is in. How are you, mate? Welcome. Gonna do about 10 or 15 minutes, guys, before we finish up tonight. So any more questions or comments, please do get them in and I'll try my best to get through them. Also, shout out to anyone that hasn't subscribed yet. If you could please hit that button if you're enjoying the stream, that would be great. And drop a like on the stream as well. What's your opinion on Lineker's reaction to the Barcelona goal? I've got no opinion to it at all, mate. He's a former Barcelona player celebrating Barcelona scoring. I know people are going to say yes, but he's employed by BT, he's supposed to be there, but we can't have it two ways. If that was Tomo reacting to Liverpool scoring on Sky, we'd all be loving it. Ferdinand, I don't know what the fuck he was at. That was a bit weird. But Lineker's an ex-Barcelona player, so you know it makes sense for him to celebrate Barcelona scoring, and Messi's 600th goal as well for Barcelona. Ferdinand, I don't know, I get the impression he was celebrating because everybody else was celebrating and he didn't want to feel left out. That Man United's potential director of football there. Some of the fans after the Barca game were ridiculous, said Tabs. The real fans will always support the manager and the team, keep believing. Yeah, you've seen some gobshites posting in things like Klopp out. Fuck off. Honestly, nah, that's just ridiculous. It was my birthday yesterday, but I couldn't stop thinking about the Barca game. I was devastated. You're not on your own, mate. I've been going around, as I said, the house pretty mopey and face like a slapped arse. Messi punched Fabinho, got a free kick. What the fuck? I know. And then moved the ball 8 foot forward and scored a worldie. Do you think we're going to beat Barca? You beat them, yes. I mean, I think we're going to win the game without a shadow of a doubt. I'm very confident we're going to win the game. It's just a matter of can we turn over the 3-0 deficit, which is going to be a big ask. The Anfield atmosphere must be sensational. It will be, Tom. It will be. People will be in there early. The place will be bouncing. It'll be fucking great. We've beaten Madrid 5-0 at Anfield before, said Neil Anthony, and we absolutely did, mate. That was a fucking crack. And that could have been a lot more, Neil. I mean, 5-0. Casillas, if I remember correctly, made some brilliant saves during that game. Torres and Gerrard absolutely on fire during that game. It's Alex. Never any need to apologise, buddy. Great to see you win. As I said to people before, I understand people are busy. They've got busy lives. The fact that you guys take time to come into the streams at all means the world to us. So never feel like you need to apologise, mate. If we score early, create a buzz, said Sean W. Have the 79 to 82 Umbro home kit. Cost a bomb, said Jen. Nice kit, Jen. Nice kit. The one I have, the one you see me wearing a lot, the 1990 candy one, that's a moody one, like that's a fake one. That came in from I think fucking Thailand or somewhere like that. I'd love to have had the original. Actually, I probably wouldn't even wear it if I had the original. I'd just keep it up. We might need to call Martin Tyler for the final day so we can go, you'll never see anything like that again. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck Martin Tyler, to be fair. I have nothing against Martin Tyler. I'm not one of these people that hold stuff against pundits and stuff like that. If I don't like somebody, I'll say it. But to be fair, I don't really have anything against Martin Tyler. He's doing his job. I hope we smash the Barca bus and put the shits up them now. We can't condone smashing up any buses. Definitely pyros, can condone that. Definitely a sing-song, definitely a welcome. Absolutely can get on board with all of that. But I can't condone anybody smashing up any buses. How's it going to John Gotts? Saw your video earlier, reaction of us scoring the late winner against Everton had me crying with laughter. Brilliant, mate. Thank you, John. The amount of abuse I've gotten from Everton fans and opposition fans over that video is not even funny. But you know what? I don't care, mate, because I fucking loved it and I'd do it again if it happened tomorrow. Domestic Butler said, if I said pick one out of those two, finish with 92 points next season or finish above Manchester City, what would you pick? Finish above Manchester City, I think. Probably to be safe, Domestic Butler. But it's a difficult call because I think all the teams, like United will strengthen, City will obviously strengthen, Arsenal will strengthen, everybody will strengthen inside the top 6, 7. It's going to make it more difficult. And I just hope next season teams can perform a little bit better against Manchester City than they did at times this season. Because without trying to sound like an asshole, and I might come across like an asshole, I've seen games this season where teams have just gone, right, well, we're just going to sit back here and see if we can defend for 90 minutes and haven't even had a fucking go at City. Not one shot on target during the game. That type of stuff does my head in. Then when Liverpool rock up, it's all like, hey, let's put in a performance, let's try today. That type of shit does my head in. So I hope next season it's a bit more competitive and that we see points taken off everybody. I think it will be as well. Can't wait for the Barca game at Anfield, said Moaz. Do you think Barca will park the buses? No, I don't think it's in their nature to park the bus, to be fair. And with that defence, I don't think they'll be parking the bus. I mean, we should have scored 2 or 3 over there, so yeah, I don't think they'll park the bus. Domestic Butler, thank you, mate. He shared the Twitter link to the Anfield Agenda account. So if you're on Twitter and you want to give us a follow, you can either go in via Domestic Butler's link there, or you can just search at Anfield Agenda. Same on Twitter as well, or same on Instagram, excuse me. Kev runs that account, at Anfield Agenda. Nat, how are you? Welcome in. Rio wanted to be a boxer last year. I did, but they didn't get it. The British Boxing Board of Control wouldn't issue him a licence. I remember that. Stealthful said, we just need an early goal in the stadium. Will be rocking. We'll suck in the rest of the goals. An early goal will really do us wonders. Yes, absolutely. Even make going in at half time 1-0 up, you still will think there in the second half it's possible. Did we make a mistake by selling Sterling? We didn't really have a chance, or a choice, excuse me, mate, to not sell him. He made it pretty clear he wanted to move. Do you remember the interview he gave with BBC as well at the time? I think if the club could have kept hold of him, they would have. But I think he made it very clear, him and his agent as well, that they wanted out. It was a loss, absolutely. I mean, I thought Raheem Sterling had the potential to be a great at Liverpool. I thought he could absolutely stay here and do wonders. But to be fair to him, he's gone on and he's played well. So whether you think his move was justified or not, I don't know. But I think the club probably did try. I just don't think I don't think he believed in Rodgers as well. Rio Ferdinand supports like 60 teams, said Muaz. We're going to smash Barcelona. Come on, Liverpool. How am I tonight, Damien? I'm really good, thank you, buddy. I'm getting a little bit tired now, but I'm really good. I'm in good form, and I'm really looking forward to the Reds tomorrow. It's the last league watch-along that I'll be doing this season, so I'm up for it. I'm up for it, mate. I'm looking forward to a good game. Hey, Craigie, coming to the USA this summer for the tour. I wish, Thomas, mate, I have nowhere near the money to travel over to America. I mean, people keep thinking we make money off this channel. We fucking don't. I have a family holiday booked in July to Turkey. I have another family holiday booked in October to Tenerife. So now this will be the first year in probably 7 years that I haven't travelled over to America. I'd love to. I'm hoping next summer that wherever the Reds are on tour, that Anfield Agenda can follow them on a pre-season tour. I'm hoping we can save up enough money throughout the season that we can get over to Asia or Australia or America or wherever the Reds go next season, because it's my dream. Since I started doing content, I never wanted to make money. I never wanted to become famous or any of that stuff. But I did want to earn enough or get far enough that maybe we could get a sponsor or help to do a pre-season tour. That's my dream. I've said that from day one. I've been honest about it. So I do want to do it at some point, mate. But we're not there yet this year, unfortunately. Just remember the final day, if you're live on YouTube, no stripping your clothes off and running all over. Can't promise anything, Jamie. If something mental happened and I'm in Liverpool, I could get nudie. I'm not going to lie, mate. Anything is possible. No pyro, no party, said Brian. I love that phrase. That's one of my favourite fucking phrases. No pyro, no party. Claire is in as well. Claire, how are you? Friday, I hope you're well. I think it's a bank holiday weekend for everybody in the UK and Ireland, so I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend ahead. If the unthinkable happens, said Neil, and it's a playoff, where would you want it to be played at? What have we got? Manchester, Liverpool. You wouldn't want to drag all the fans and all down to London, so somewhere in the northwest. Newcastle, St James's Park maybe. Definitely not Old Trafford. Yeah, somewhere like St James's Park maybe, somewhere like that. We're in exactly the same situation as City were against us in the Champions League quarterfinals last year, said Krishna. We need to give Newcastle a thumping, get the confidence going again, said Claire. I don't know if we can give them a thumping. They're a good, well-drilled side. At home at Saturday, under the lights as well. Rafa will have them well-drilled. I think a 2-0 win. I'll take that right now if it's an offer. Don't worry, Craig, I love arsehole, said Cunflap Steamer. I know you do, mate. I know you do. You're the arsehole king. I was delighted when he signed a 3-year deal. I don't think he'll cut it, said Sean W. What was that about? Don't know what that's in relation to. Sorry, I think I missed that part of the chat. Craig, you sound like a proper fan, mate. Of what? If it's of Liverpool, then I absolutely am. I live and breathe the club, Eden. Absolutely live and breathe the club. My week revolves around Liverpool games. Outside of family life, you know, I dedicate most of my life to Liverpool stuff. Yeah, I think even this channel takes up a lot of time. I mean, we might stream for 1.5 hours a day. Actually, to be fair, it's been 4.5 hours yesterday, 4.5 the day before. But even at that, there's a good 2.5 hours worth of prep work goes in before we go on as well. What happened on the Barca watch along? What did the fans say on there? There was just horrible little shits, Crosby read. Honestly, horrible little shits. And I've been trolled, and the channel's been trolled by fans of loads of clubs, but they were the worst by a country mile. Absolutely horrible little fuckers, the people that were trolling that night. Our Super League rugby team, St Helens, is the Magic Weekend. We play at Anfield. That was there last year as well, if I remember correctly, mate. I think it'll be 1-0 to the Reds, said Hans. Get in quick and get out safe. Does anybody hate Gary Lineker for celebrating the Messi goal? I don't. As I said, he used to play for Barcelona. I can completely understand them celebrating that goal. A bit late for a stream, mate. More score predictions for the weekend. 2-0 for us, Lewis, was my prediction for tomorrow, mate, but I'd love to know yours. I can see you as a radio host over here, Craig. That's my dream, Dara, mate. I'm not going to lie. My thoughts were that if I moved to America, best case scenario, and I've worked in pirate radio before, but I'd love to be a radio host. I think I'd be a really good radio host in America in particular, mate, because I think I could get people riled up and get people interested. Not being big-headed. I don't believe I have any special talents, but I can talk. I'm Irish and I can talk. So yeah, a radio host would definitely be something, mate. A few months back, I don't even want to say this, but very long-winded conversations with somebody in the States. It didn't work out, and that's okay. But yeah, you know, Dara, as you know, my dream is to move over there with my family, whether it's to work, maybe doing fan content for an MLS club or something, I don't know. But I'll still be running Anfield Agenda. No matter what happens, Anfield Agenda is going to be going. By going, I mean continuing. Just found some wife beater in Peru for the first time. Oh, Stella Artois. I was wondering what you were talking about, Claire. I actually don't like Stella as a beer. Not my cup of tea at all. Give me some Stella Artois. Not Stella Artois, sorry. Some Stella Artois. I'm just saying I don't like it. San Miguel, Corona. That's about it really for me. Maybe Heineken at a push. Did you see how many Barcelona fans were tweeting homophobic and racist abuse towards Liverpool fans and players? It was disgusting. Yeah. Rob Ron, absolutely. As I've said, we have had lots of different fans on this channel over the season. Porto fans, Bayern Munich fans. We had some great fun chatting with all of them. But without a doubt, without any joking, the Barcelona fans were absolutely fucking horrible. The ones that came on here anyway. It was horrible. I don't know if they were all Messi fanboys or if they were younger people that were just being horrible little shits. I don't know, but it was a tough night that night. Trolls not welcome here, said Domestic Butler. Absolutely. Banter, absolutely welcome. You're more than welcome to come in and banter, but trolling, homophobic slurs, racist comments, anything like that, you can keep them to yourself. Doesn't Lineker advertise crisps? He does, yes, he does. Those shitty English crisps that are nowhere near as good as Irish crisps. Go on, the Irish. I tell you what, we know how to make a crisp. Peroni is lovely as well, Sean. That's a good show. Peroni's a damn nice beer. I like one on a hot day. It's been ages since I had a Stella. I'm a wine girl usually, said Claire. I'm actually, if I drink, Claire, I'd probably lean towards wine myself. A pint of Jameson or Johnny Powers, said Martin G. Mate, I don't drink whiskey. If I drink whiskey, I black out and anything can happen. I'm fucking shocking on whiskey. Look, as much fun as that's been, ladies and gents, I'm going to have to call it a night because my voice is starting to go a little bit and I'm getting tired. The Anfield Lark said, Barca fans are mostly just fake international kids with little clue about football. And that's exactly what I find, mate, and have found on social media as well. I don't like to attack any group of fans at all, but I think that's a fair comment. Fuck all clue about the game and just Messi, I love Messi, we need to win everything, Messi can win everything 5-0 on his own. That was the type of stuff that was coming up, as well as the horrible slurs and stuff. Remember Radio Luxembourg? I do indeed, Dara. I remember hearing about it for the first time in my now wife's house and going, what the fuck, that's a weird channel. I love crisp wine and vodka, said Gary Richards. It's a nice combination. Young fans jumping on the Barca bandwagon, not real Spanish Barca fans. They're some of the nicest you could ever meet, said Kev. As I said, when I was over in Barcelona many years ago to see them play Valencia when I was on holidays in Salou, yeah, it was great. They were really nice people, very friendly. I can recommend some very overpriced beers, said Brian. Yes, I know you can, mate, you beer nonce. Brian with his expensive beers. Right, look, ladies and gents, I'm going to call it a night there. Again, last shout out, if you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed tonight's stream, please do hit that subscribe button. As always, guys, thank you for your time. It's a bank holiday weekend. I hope you guys and your families have lovely weekends. We'll be here at 7:15 tomorrow to start the watch along in the Newcastle game. and then we'll have our post-match show coming up straight after that as well. Love you guys as always. Thank you for your time. Take care of your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them, and up the motherfucking Red.